just realized as soon as I open my intro video, my outro video, and I use the microphone for that. I think I did turn on and then listen. Hello, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are okay. The reason for this video is because I have some kind of curiosity for a certain store, because there's some stores who are setting on the game with art supplies and start to sell them and everything else. And lately there's a store that I usually frequent buy stuff from there, and actually I think 40% of my wardrobe it comes from that store. So this store is called Shein. I put the name right here. That store is mostly like selling clothes. I compare them with Forever 21, only more cheaper. And they started recently to nothing recently, it's mostly like a year or so, selling older stuff than clothes and accessories. They start with makeup, they start selling supplies to decorate your house, the kitchen, some beauty hacks items. And recently I was like observing this for a couple months, and they started to sell art supplies and stationery. Mostly they are more into the stationery, like notepads, sticky notes, pens and stickers, washi tape, etc, etc, etc. And I went into the hunt for a while to find some art supplies, buy them and test them out. So I bought a little haul that I'm going to show you later on in this video, and I'm going to try to make an artwork with all the stuff that I just got from there. So if you want to know how I made this and then review, my honest review of each one of them, then keep on watching, because I got to start right now. All right, welcome to my new layout. Actually is it's the map my mom gave to me on Christmas, so that could be a nice setup to show you stuff instead of the other table. So let me show you what is here. I put all the articles that I just get in this box because I said it. And then I said it. So let's see what's inside. And I bought mostly to try it out, and other things for myself, but I want to show you guys anyways. So let's start with this one. This, I'm gonna show you the picture somewhere in the corner. It was supposed to store any kind of paint, but mostly the reason why I get this is to, if I do more watercolors or homemade watercolors, which the things are really big for that. But if I do custom colors with acrylic or gouache, I can store them there so I can use it in a future project. So let me put this on the side. Next we have this set of brushes. This is one side. I love the packaging, very simple. But I'm going to put pictures of this This same kind of brushes in other stores compared with the price that I get on Shein. So I will open this later. You know what? I'm going to open this now so I can show you really close the sizes. And if this let me, thank you. If the camera let me, it doesn't want to adjust the focus. So this is, let me adjust the camera just a bit. Alright, this is the big brush or the large size. It doesn't say the number, anything. The hairs are very soft. So this is one of them. That's the medium, I guess. Interesting. I think they have a little humidity situation here. Comparing side by side, I think they look the same. I don't know. I really don't know. And this is the smallest one on the tree, so you guys can see more clearly. I really like the shape. But all three of them came with a little humidity moisture situation over there. Like, I don't know. I leave that conclusions to you guys. Next we have this. And if the camera let me, thank you. This is a what it says. Well, not mind the barcode, but this is one of the things I wanted to buy because I was very curious. I'm going to show the picture how this thing costs in other stores, but I'm going to use Amazon as an example. If I find another reference, I will put it in the screen when I'm going to edit. If not, there is. So the reason why I get this is because I seem very curious how something so expensive can cost $3. So it's nothing more, nothing less than a glass pen. So, ooh, it feels like, can I break it? No, just kidding. Feels like it's a glass, but I think it's more like a resin type. I don't know. So let me get a close up. Look at the details. It's really interesting. And I love the design. And it's very lightly. I think the other ones who are in the retail website stores could be more heavier than this one because of the fact that $3. But I really like the index. I think that's why the ink goes through to the tip. But I want to try it because I was really curious. After all, after I tried this is a gift to my sister. So my sister usually do more inking, drawings and stuff than me. So this is for her. But I want to try just for the sake of this channel. Speaking about pens, I just got this because I really love the design. Lately, I'm being more into holographic, iridescent aesthetic. Mostly because on the artworks that are working and the comment that is coming up pretty soon. And I'm still working on it, so because of this color palettes and everything, I saw this on the store. This one, I don't know, it was $152, but I'm going to let the price in the description or in a picture somewhere in the screen. So this is a holographic, mostly iridescent. People call unicorn skin pen, but I want to know if this thing really writes or draws. And right now that as I press this, I'm feeling a kind of, I don't know, like that it's been a while that doesn't be used because it's obviously it's new, but it's it's not really smoothly when I press the button. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean. Or if you don't know, I don't know if you can understand my description. So this is one of them. I also want to try washi tape because I see so many artworks. They are beautiful. You can use watercolor and washi tape for the details. So I get into colors. Try to follow the color palettes on my project, but this one is a hit because kinda okay. In real life, it was kinda going to wine purplish, but in the camera it looks kinda burgundy and some kind of purple. So because of that, I get in this color palette. When you order from the website, it comes in letters called they're called by letters, but you can see the picture and try to find your best. So I get this one because I thought it's going to burgundy, but in real, you see on a naked eye, it goes too much to wine than burgundy, reddish, purple stuff. The other one, I think it was a mess because I thought it was going to be more pastel, like still going pastel, but it goes mostly to yellows to greens. And I was looking more for blues and pink, especially those two. So this going to my sister's studio, and she already owned it. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to show this to you. But after that, it's going to my sister's room. So yeah. And one of the things that caused me a lot of curiosity because I saw this on another channel. I'm gonna leave the link somewhere in the screen because some YouTuber I follow for a really long time bought it, and it's kind of funny because it says that this sponge can do the job of a tortilla, which I just, if this going to work, I'm going to take instead of buying this from the website, I'm going to buy any makeup sponge for the store and use it as a tortilla. Supposedly you can blend any drawing and replace the job on a tortilla. Also, I'm going to share another link to one of her videos because from her I learned so many cool hacks for drawing, and one of them is using a eyeshadow sponge to blend instead of a tortilla. So I want to see if this really works. For me, honestly, it looks like any kind of makeup sponge, so you can blend your makeup. Let's see, and it feels nice. But I will leave it aside and try this later on. And I'm going to the last two. I'm going to go with this first. This journal is for me. Maybe I should try it on the video, maybe not. But I bought this because for myself. It's yeah, I like it because it comes in a cardboard box, wide open, and it's a journal. And mostly because I really love the compact aesthetic and kind of reference to the project that we're working on. Mostly myself for the illustration and stuff. So I really like the fact that it is in a good shape. Unfortunately, this page did make through, but it happens to be the last page. So the paper it's a good quality paper. Maybe I can use it for drawings, or I'm going to try some color pencil as well. I don't know, but this is mostly for myself, and I really like the fact that now that I can tie this up, but I forgot how to tie this back, so I will figure it out later. So this is mostly for myself. So it costs $4 if I'm not mistaken. You can choose any color. This one comes in also in green, blue, red, and this one. So there's some similars in the stores, mostly $3, $4 more expensive, because the only thing could be changed is the paper quality. But for $4, the quality of the paper is really good if I use it for writing notes or sketches. So gonna put this aside. And last and not least, in this paper I will do the artwork. I want to see how well it looks. So this is just a, it says vintage notebook, journal, something like that. But now that I see it, because I opened in the other journal, this paper feels exactly the same. I'm very curious to try to decorate the cover more than the pages, but I will do a drawing anyways. Maybe I could skip this page because it's pretty bound to the cover, but the paper is really thin, just like the other journal. For some reason the video cut off, so as I was saying, that this paper is so thin. It's not bad. I just want to try it to see if it holds any kind of media, but I know for sure that for the media I'm going to work on later on, it's not going to work because it's so thin to hold watercolor or gouache. But I can use other medias as well. But I'm very interested to, if I do artwork with all the supplies I just got, I will doing it by decorating this cover instead on the inside. Even though I will draw something on the inside, but I'm going to decorate more the cover, and maybe the cover and the back. I don't know. I will think about it, which theme I'm going for. So excuse my bird view because it's being very, very, very extra today, and because my sister started college and she's going to study really soon, and the bird can't stop screaming. It's more like a chime or something like that, but listen. Now he's going to show his mouth because I just say listen. This bird. Anyway, for everything you see here, I'm going to put the price total somewhere in the screen because I'm really sure it's not going more than 20. No more than 10. No more than 20 at least. Except for the journal because I bought it to myself. But I just show you guys because they offer many kinds of journals and stationery stuff. Like I tell you in the intro, I'm going to repeat that they're starting to go into the world of art supplies, but they're more to the stationery type than art supplies per se. So mostly when you go into the store, you're mostly going to see is stationery, pens, and notebook stickers and stuff, which later on I will doing another video, maybe mostly to upload to Instagram, but they also have this area to store art supplies, and there's a couple things that I'm putting in the cart and we'll get it later. For it was supposed to come in few days, supposedly from 14 to 19, and it came just last Monday. So it was really fast, but the fact that they always specify that delivery may take you long time than it's supposed to because, or Miss Rona over here. So basically, for the disagreement they made and everything else, I think it came pretty fast. So okay, I just talked enough about that. Let's go to try those supplies. But first, I want to record this, and let's see how this baby is. Like I tell you, the way I press this button is kind of off, but it feels kind of, it's not too light, but at the same time not too heavy. The fact that it's metal, but I really love the colors. It's so cute. But let's see how this performs, and let me try to zoom a little bit so you guys can see, and let's see. It feels like a normal pen to me. So feels smooth. The tip is kind of flimsy especially when I do curves, but it's because I'm using this dollar store watercolor paper, because usually I tend to use this this watercolor pad to swatches. Later on, if you guys want to see all the swatches that I made, I will make a video. Let me know and I will do it. So for me, it's like a normal pen. The other thing different is the aesthetic of the design. So it's not too bad. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's not the best pen ever. But for the price, it's okay. Like, you can find good quality pens for much cheaper, or with the same price as this one that was $250. But sincerity, it's okay. Nothing too special. But I'm going to use it for my writings or to sketch. But mostly I'm gonna leave this as a aesthetic to decorate my room, something like that. So next we have this washi tapes, and as I tell you before, though this washi tape comes in so many colors that I had to code it with letters. So this is the ones I'm going to try right now is the letter V, and I can relate why. And right now, with the scissors, be right back. Found them. So I'm going to zoom this really closely. Hope it does affect the quality. It will does anyways, but so this is how it looks like without the packaging. It's really thin. It has enough for a couple of words if for the thing that I want to do, I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but we'll see. But if you want to use it for journaling, journal, I leave the word somewhere in the screen. Or to keeping track of some things or scrapbooking, it's good for you. But let's watch them. Yeah, for the price, they look fine. And now I place it in the wrong order, so it's kind of off with the gradient stuff. But the thing is that for 150, it's a good. I like the way that it performed. I can't wait to incorporate in a artwork. So let's try the other the other set of oops the other set of tape. Let me put this back in the box and be right back. So here are the other colors. That's the set called J, and this is how it looks like. I think the colors in the camera looks more muted than in real life. I don't know, maybe just me, especially the blues and the yellow. No, the pink and the I don't know what color is this? The ivory? I don't know. Kind of confusing. Champagne, maybe. Um, I chose that because in the picture, let me show the picture again in the screen. Looks more like this one more pink, this one more bluish, and I tried to match with another OC that I just made recently, but it didn't. So let me swatch. Maybe on the paper can look a little different. And I'm not going to have the problem with the older because the colors are very different compared with the previous ones. So let me put a little closer here. They look in the camera. They look kind of off. Maybe because I'm recording right now and I see on an angle and I don't see the same thing as I see right now. And then, but the look is a pastel rainbow. Looks really nice. A little muted, but I know if I put it on any kind of color underneath, could be work really fine. Or maybe it will camouflage with the color in the background. But looks nice. Looks nice. But not my favorite. I really like those bold colors better than the pastel ones. So especially those two. I'm hoping the pink and the blue will be more brighter. But it performed really well as the other ones, and for the price they're really good. I would try more taste from this store again to see any kind of finishes or other colors. But yeah, I would recommend if you want to start to do artwork with washi tape, definitely go to Shein, and for the price they're good. So I will give it a pass. Next is the glass dip pen, and this time I asked my sister because she was getting ready for her Zoom meeting class, and I asked her about if this really is glass. So she checked it out. She said that it's made of real glass. Of course, I'm not going to prove it by breaking it, but it feels like glass. But she told me that glass pens are cheap, but depending on the retailer and the store, there's some price differential and stuff. So I took water inks for this matter because I don't have my own, and I had to be more careful because I almost spilled it. Ah. I just stained my hands. Be right back. Yeah, stain my hands. I forgot about that detail, but the ink that I choose randomly is kind of gold with some sparkle. So let's see if this thing works. So I'm going to dip it. I don't know how long I'm going to dip this in, but let's see. Oh my god. Can you see what I see? No, I can't believe this. No, 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 no. Wait a sec. If this thing works? Oh my god. I know the fact that if the ink remains in the ridges of the gas pen, it will keep flowing as long as I keep tracing this paper until I run out of ink. But I'm shocked. Of course, I only going to use it for fine liner. Alright, now I've ran out. Yeah, I definitely ran out of ink. But you can stay with one dip. You can stay with this and drawing for a while. Like, I already shook. Let me try this again because I'm still in disbelief. I'm still in disbelief. Like, of course, depending on the paper, I just draw the anatomy on this girl is off, but nothing that can hide with hair. If you are really sensitive, sensitive to the sound of the glass when touching the paper, then don't use it because that's what happens most of the time. But I keep scribble and I'm shook. It's amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna to give this to my sister because it feels so great and still ink. And the ink is running and running. I keep scribbling, so I will stop right there and clean this up. The cleanup is pretty easy. It's just you can either use a napkin or wash it Good thing I have my water bucket over here. So yeah, you can either rinse it off with some water and dry it, and there you go. So for $3.50, that's the lip glass. For $3.50, it's a good quality pen. Of course, the one that I have right now is mostly that can be used for fine lines, drawings, and stuff. If I know they're gonna be more with different shapes or nips and stuff, so I will check it out in the future. So I definitely love this. This is my favorite item of all I bought so far. So definitely I would recommend you to, if you want to start to do drawings with a glass tip pen, buy it for Shein. Totally recommended. So let's go with the makeup sponge who wants to be a tortillion. So I'm going to use a couple of my graphite pencils, and I'm going to make a blob of each. So here goes nothing. Like, honestly, it does blend. I want to compare with. Sorry, it's dirty. I just used it in one of my artworks last year, and I just let there in a corner, and there it is. So this is the eyeshadow sponge. That didn't use it because I only use right now. I'm using eyeshadow brushes. So for me, this is all outdated for me. But I think comparing with the makeup sponge who wants to be a tortilla, the eyeshadow brush behaves much better as much and blends more than this. Maybe because the fact that it's more dense than the eyeshadow sponge. But let me just try again using this corner. Of course, it's going to take more because the 3B is more softer. The graphite of the 3B is more softer than the H. But I would say that I have more control. I have more control using this eyeshadow brush sponge, than the sponge. The sponge, it could smudge the graphite widely comparing to the sponge that I have here that can go in the direction that I want to. So let's try this. This is a AP. And also it erased a little bit the original. I forgot the word. like it can smudge but also erase. That I can use it for wide areas, not necessary to specific areas or details that is supposed to sell. But I could buy more makeup sponges from the store and do the same thing. So on this, and then behave. Well, let me clean up this a little bit. Now, in case of this pencil, it only blends with water, so I was supposed that it's not going to work as supposed to be. So yeah, it only blends with water, so that definitely can work. So let's see night B. This thing can do better. It blends better. I really like when the stores buy some things that the most revolutionary thing ever and it doesn't work. And the most common stuff works better than so I will finish with the charcoal. And charcoal, yeah, it can take the product away. That's what I tried to say with this one. So compare it with the makeup sponge, the eyeshadow sponge. But charcoal is more loose. The one that I use is very loose, so it will happen. So my thoughts. Maybe I could incorporate it in a drawing. Yeah, I will. But to use it in the future, no. And I still have tortillas. It still work, but instead to buy this online, why you not go to the dollar store and buy a set or 20 or 30 eyeshadow sponges and use it to blend your charcoal or graphite drawings. Because and the good thing about it, you can wash it and you reuse or dump it and use another one again, or wash it and reuse it, and it's more value to your money than this. Of course, I will use it if I do a big pencil portrait and I can use it to smudge big areas, because as you can see, if the camera doesn't, if it shows, it's still smudge and drags all that text to any other parts of the paper. It still has some graphite inside, but that's a waste of money. It only costs $150. When the same price of this, you can buy a package of this and having more control and have a better blending on your drawings than this. And also, you can find this almost everywhere. You can call it and use it in another angle. So here's my thoughts, but it's up to you. You want to get this or not, to be honest. So almost last, but not last, is this watercolor brushes. And let's see if for the price it will behave good, because you can find this almost everywhere in craft stores or in the internet. Sometimes it comes the double the price as this one's. I think this one will. I forgot to write somewhere the price of this pens, but I think it was between $3 or $2. I don't remember. The thing is that I see in the internet the same set with the same set of brushes a double of the price that I get those. So let's see how they behave and how I can open this. So I can. That's the thing that I had to open this so I can fill this up with water so I can use the paintbrush. So I'll be right back because I think I'm having a hard time to open those. I was opening on the other side. So yeah. Gonna fill this up really quick. And I have my water jar nearby. So I had to be aware which side I'm going to turn because it's kind of confusing. All right. I had to lower the voice because my sister just started our class, so I'm gonna be very, very, very careful with my tone because I don't want people can listen to me when I recorded this and my sister taking the class. So I'm going to use my custom pattern of watercolor. Give me a second. Oh, my sister just show up and tell me something. So okay, now as was saying, I'm going to oops, just making sure that you have to close tightly and right because I just dropped some water. So it's been a while since I don't use this. So oh, okay, it's not me. I think the way the curls the way that to transfer the water to the paintbrush is kind of off and I have some spills on the side. So let's see if I don't have the same issue with the other one. So this is the first one that I don't know which size is. So I just pick a color. I'm gonna try to press to see if it's transferred and still spilling. And of course, it work, but the thing is that something happens between this area. Unless I can open this again and try to close it. I don't know. And the downside of this brushes is they didn't come with instructions, so it's just open, fill, and paint. But I try to close tightly. Let's see what happens. Okay, now it work. Is you have to make sure that you close really tightly before you proceed to paint. Otherwise, you can expect some spills. So I'm going to pick more on the table blue and press and be gentle with while pressing the bottle because it will spill anyways. I don't want to feel disappointed because it is what I get. I, you get what you pay, but unfortunately, the water goes out. Like they have a issue with closing the, so it's something that I need to work on. Mm, too bad that I don't have my sister's water brush with me so I can compare. And if you try colors, strong colors, you're going to expect stain. So now this paintbrush is stained. Oh, sorry about the finger. I didn't mean to. Anyway, I will empty this and try again with another brush and try to close tightly to see if I have the same issue. So this is a smaller brush and I will try to transfer the water, and this one works. I just want to make sure if transfer enough water. There you go. So let me move the notebook a little bit. I keep saying notebook, it's a watercolor pad. So let me try this dry brush. Well, kind of. It's funny the way that the water comes out. This one works better. I think the first one that I use has a issue. But this one, because the way they try to align the two pieces together, and as well that I was pressing to get out the water to the brush, performs better than the first one. So I didn't expect any spills and anything. So this one is okay. Now let me try. I'm going to open this again and make sure that I align this really well. So sorry guys. So I'm going to use it, and this time I'm going to use one of the customs ones. So let's see. This one performs well. So out of the three, only one did work well, but I will give it a second try just in case. So I don't know, it's still, yeah. This is kind of muted because that's one of the homemade watercolor paints that I made for a while ago. If you want to know a video how I make them, let me know so I can do a little tutorial. And I'm not very expert on making watercolor paint, so I do this for fun, and for a while I did this and incorporated it in my artwork. So yeah, I think out of the three, the bigger one, now that I see side by side, I don't know, I think this one is the large one, but I'm very confused. I don't know, so I will refill this again and try again with another color so you guys can see the difference. I realign the two pieces and I try to close tightly, but as the water just spill on this side instead to go all the way down. So I think this one has fabric issues, and I don't know if you guys can see, it starts to drip from here instead of, like, I don't know if you guys can see it, that it starts to drip from here instead to the water go all the way down here. So this one came with issues. But either way, I can keep working with it because for the price, they look okay. And for having them for the first time, looks fine also. So for beginners, it's okay. But you have to make sure that some of them will comes with this issue between transferring the water from the bottle to the paintbrush. So looks okay. Now for the last thing I'm going to try, and probably it's gonna be um over here I'm going to do the artwork with all the supplies that I just got. Is this vintage notebook, and this one cost $3, and I will say that, like I tell you before, the only issue that I'm going to have is if I'm going to draw on this notebook. I think I keep saying notebook. Oh my god, I'm gonna make a counter or something like that. Oh, anyways, in this pad, the only thing that that could limit it to do artwork inside those pages is the fact that it tends to be a tone tan paper, but the quality is more cheaper. Like the paper is thin, and you guys can listen to it. So yeah, the paper is really thin. I'm going to compare this with the tone tan paper that I had for a while ago, and it just singing his last 10 or 15 pages. But that's for Strathmore. No sponsor, not affiliated, but I just got there. You can find them in craft stores or in the internet. So the paper, you can listen to, of course, the color is different from this one, but you can listen to the paper, and the feeling is kind of different comparing with this. It's more flimsy. This tone tan is more, yeah, I keep having this sketch over here. This tone tan is more firmly, but not too much as compared with Bristol paper or watercolor paper, mixed media, or even drawing paper. And for the weight is 18 pounds, so this can hold a little bit of more art supplies than this one. The most that I can hold is gouache. Has this old painting from 3 years ago, but that's the only wet media I tried on this. It is survived, so there's with a little wrinkle on the back, but this one can hold wet media. But I don't want to risk to try gouache on this paper. But I will try other dry medias as long as paper. What I keep saying paper. As long as markers and alcohol ones and water-based ones, color pencil, and cereal. I'm going to swatch them off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, I took my time to test some of my art supplies without incorporating acrylic paint, because I know for sure that it's going to go through this paper and get all wrinkly. So I try with Prismacolor, as you can see. Let me put this very closely. It behaved very well. I tried to blend, and I try to use the white so you guys can see how well it highlights over dark paper. Not too dark as supposed to be, but and looking behind, if I have to be careful with pressing this paper because I don't know you can see closely, but it can go into tear. It's really flimsy, to be honest, really flimsy, but it can hold well the blending, but works perfect with graphite pencils or any kind with ink, unless you don't want to pressure the paper. Also I just dropped a blob of ink that my sister has and use the glass pencil to make some scribbles, but when I go to the back it go through, so I know for sure that liquid and wet media can work really well on this. So highlighters works well as watercolor, unless it's a small wash, but it wrinkles, but not too much. Same with the gouache, it wrinkles too, so I wouldn't recommend this either. Those two aqua markers go through. Posca pens works really well. It didn't go through as well as the Tumble Dual Brush pens, but you can use any water-based markers or fine liners. It works really well. So this, as a gift for somebody, it's okay. If you wanna to start in sketching and do some writing, well, yeah, this notebook, and I keep saying notebook, I don't know why, but I keep saying that. So this journal paper bag, something, this pad works well if you want to stick a pencil and pens. If you want to use color, then you have to do another sketch in another with a strong, good quality paper. But for the price, it's okay. But very interested in do something with all the materials all the art supplies that I just got to try on the cover. And yeah, maybe I should do a small drawing on the first page. So I'm going to switch cameras to do a little time lapse because explaining and giving this unboxing costs a lot of time. So the next that you're going to see is a time lapse of this artwork. So let's go to decorate and do amazing thing to this notebook. I keep saying notebook, you know what I mean. see, this is the result, and I really like the way it looks. So like I said before, I really like this dynamic that taking all that I got and recreate artwork. Of course, as you can see, I cheated most of the time because there's some issues as long that I was doing this, and the time lapse recorded very fast. First of all, the pen right here. This pen can only work on paper, not other than paper, because once that I try to make a line art or the illustration with this pen, it tries to like to draw nicely, but then suddenly it stops. And I don't want to spend my quality time trying to get the ink out of the pen, so I proceed to use my fine liner. The other thing that I should do in the first place is to use acrylic pen instead of gouache or markers. On the back I use markers because I want to speed up the time doing this and start working on other commissions and stuff. But there's some supplies that I just reviewed or composite them that I didn't use it on the cover. One of them I didn't use it too much is the glass pen, but as you can see, I'm going to do more glosses of this artwork. I just use a couple of lines to distinguish the shirt, but mostly of the art supply that I used here on this notebook is I already got them, so I use on my own to create this. One thing that I like and I want to do it more often, I'm going to check more about buy more than is the washi tape, because doing this dress is a little time consuming, but it's really good. Like the effect is really good. The only thing I got a hard time is cutting the hair because I made the background and I didn't distinguish very well. So that's a tip to do this first and then the background, or I'll use a lighter black background. But I didn't use the blending sponge who wants to be at the medium because I want to do another drawing inside of those pages. I didn't have the time to film this for this video, but I'm going to keep you guys updated on Instagram or my other social media platforms. You can find it in the description down below, and stay tuned for maybe a reel or a GTV, whatever comes first, depending on the flow of the artwork. So I think it's very interesting to buy stuff over there. Of course, I'm going to do another haul, but mostly because there's some things to organize art supplies that really interest me. So maybe in the future I'll do another video showing those stuff as well. And yeah, I think that's it. So make sure you like, to subscribe, hit the notification bell in case that you forgot. I don't usually have a schedule, so I prefer that you guys hit the notification bell so you guys can know the next time I'm going to upload a video. A huge thank you to everyone who will be supporting me so far, especially my patrons and the rest of my friends and collaborators on this channel. And also I'll try to keep you guys motivated more videos because I'm trying to be more active, but like again, hit the notification bell. So I think this is the longest outro I ever done, so thank you so much for watching and see you guys later. Bye.